Well, I sat down and Viva had some things that remind me of my Yolanda, right? And I like the dude from Rock. Can't remember what his name is. Dutton Hudson, the brother who plays the coach, right? For Carter High. I sat and watched some of that on YouTube. I watched it all. They started talking too much halfway through, and I had turned it off for a while. You know, when they do all the speeches and shit. So I turned it off and then turn it right back on and finish, right? And at the end, the three gentlemen that talked, Mr. Williams, had to get himself corrected. Mr. Evans still gambling, and he got to fix that. Mr. Campbell was right. He said what you do affects everybody around you. It affects all of us. Whatever you do affects everybody else, and you have to take that into consideration. Your mother, your grandparents, you know, if you decide to have children later. And the one young man, who had this Tennessee scholarship, like he had got two girls pregnant before he got locked up and stuff. He was just out of control because everything's coming at you, and you could take on the world, and you feel like you can get away with and do anything because of philanthropy, and philanthropy is wrong. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do, right? So I was sitting there watching that, and it was bringing back some memories. And I never was a pep rally type person because I never got to talk to the pep rallies or stuff because I always got kicked off the team protecting the people that weren't jocks from the jocks. And, but I would have said to y'all ain't got to come to this if you really don't want to. Cause if y'all had a debate team thing talking about stuff that is genocidal or economically abusive, I wouldn't want to sit and listen to y'all talk about it for 2 fucking hours. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't need to come cheer us jocks on, that's all right. And jocks is more for when they talk on the Big Bang Theory, he'd have his choice of women and stuff like that. And that was when the aggressive, abusive people used to run around and take whatever they want until they started getting manipulated by things like money and science and academics and outmaneuvering people and then developing things like bows and arrows and spears and stuff like that to kind of even out the playing field. So a little sneaky guy could run off and snipe you from 200 yards away instead of fight you fist, hand to fist, and stuff to control sexual access, to manipulate sexual access to women, right? And so there's a lot of things for thousands of years that we've been doing this fucked up because our relationships are dysfunctional because we fight and over what we want and we're greedy and we're manipulative and all that. And that judge sure was a self-righteous shithead. You rob more places than Bonnie and Clyde. Yeah, but Bonnie and Clyde kill people. And those young men didn't kill anybody. They didn't try to kill anybody. They were just being stupid. And you don't punish people being stupid as if they were murderers. Okay. Yeah, they terrorize those people. If you live the Lord's Prayer, you don't have to work hard for everything you need. And you don't work hard for everything you want because when you work well and work humbly and faithfully and together, you'll get what you want because everybody's got their needs met, right? So it's crazy ass fucking shit. They be talking that shit, and stuff. And so I was sitting there also, I was watching a couple of things on there on the TV and stuff, and I watched the video that I posted. And guys, it takes 2 hours to post these videos, okay? And I'm in a NASA military corridor. So if you guys think it's YouTube's fault or Facebook's fault when I get manipulated, right? It's still, they can do what they want with it, okay, because of what I've set up. They're just not doing it. It's not because they're afraid of the military. It's because they're embarrassed of being associated with the military that did what they did to me and is still doing what they did to me. And that's the truth. Oh, trust me, I worked too hard on this and too long to be wrong, okay? So, and it's going to take 2 hours to load. And that's probably not YouTube's issue because James, I watched James Bordeaux's things. His things are an hour. And I'm sure it doesn't take a whole day for him to load his videos, unless maybe it does. Maybe, when they loaded up the message onto YouTube, it took those people 2 days to load it, right? No, that's not true. Okay. It all depends on how they manipulate the economic aspects and you can take digital data and go pow, pow, no time flat. Okay. So it's just people just being assholes because they just are. Okay. And my job is to clean up the smelly asshole stuff around here. And I was laughing at myself with the last one. I made the joke about, how great I said he did this and that and that. And my dad gets on me about that stuff too. But I'm like, Jesus tells me, Earl, you can joke around, be yourself, and have a good time. And when you get up to do something that no one else is willing to do, when I ask people to do it and no one else will, no one else has the right to judge how you do it if they aren't going to do it themselves. Right? So when someone stands up to do what Lord Jesus needs us to do, to all of the Lord's Prayer, and not be subjugated to the egotistical self-righteousness or it's still self-righteousness. Liberals are just as self-righteous as the conservatives are. Okay. They think they're doing everything right and it's all about them and they selfish. That's self-righteousness pretty much is in a nutshell right there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to leave it at this. And because I don't want to stay up too long, and I'm going to let it load after about 6 minutes. So if we ain't going to do the whole 8 and stuff. And I love y'all. And when you're ready to show up and do right and live the Lord's Prayer, especially you assholes right here at White Science and NASA, I mean, fuck, you're right fucking, you're more up in my ass than I am. You know more about my bowel movements and what's my shit and what I'm breathing and how I'm breathing and how it's supposed to be than I does. Okay, so you could change. You can't, obviously. That's why I'm doing it with this phone and the technology that's integrated worldwide. So I'm not going to expect anything good out of the people in close proximity. They're still fucked up and being fucked up, and we all have to endure their fucked upness. But the rest of y'all, shame on you. I worked really good, really hard and everything. You sat and watch me and my kids and me and my family be abused by a bunch of assholes that are, you can't handle the truth. There is no freedom when you're not living the Lord's Prayer and you have no faith in the glory of God. Okay, freedom is faithful love. We're not living faithful love. You can't be free if you're not being faithfully loved, right? Okay, y'all, I'm going to go. We'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Maybe. I'll see. I'm tired. Okay, peace.